How I paid off $50,000 debt in 1 year. Debt can feel like a heavy burden, but paying it off quickly is possible with the right strategy. A year ago, I was drawing in $50,000 of debt. Credit cards, student loans, car payments, it all added up. It felt impossible to get out of it. But in just 12 months, in just 12 months, I paid off every single dollar. In this video, I will share exactly how I did it. If you are struggling with debt or just want to become financially free, stay till the end. I will reveal the biggest mistake that keeps people in debt for years. Step 1 is understanding my debt. The first thing I did was list every debt I had. I wrote down the total amount, interest rate, and minimum payments for each one. Seeing the numbers on paper was shocking, but it gives me a clear picture of where I stood. I had credit card debt, but with high interest, a personal loan and a car loan. Credit card interest was the highest, so I know I had to tackle that first. And step 2 is cutting expenses. To free up more money for debt payment, I had to cut my spending. I tracked every dollar I spent for a month and found so many unnecessary expenses. Eating out, subscription, impulse purchase, it all had to go. I cancelled a streaming service, I started cooking at home, and I stopped buying things I don't need. I also lowered my grocery bill by planning meals and shopping with a list. And a step third is increasing my incomes. Cutting expenses was not enough. I need to make more money. So I started looking for side hustle. I did freelance work online, sold things I did not need, and even worked extra hours at my job. I also used cashback apps and rewards programs to save even more. If you want to pay off debt fast, increasing your income is just as important as cutting expenses. And step 4 is using the debt snowball method. I use the debt snowball method to pay off my debt. This means paying off the smallest debt first while making minimum payment on the rest. Once the smallest debt was gone, I used that extra money to tackle the next one. Each time I paid off a debt, I feel more motivated. Seeing progress kept me going. And fifth is negotiating lower interest rates. I cancel my credit card companies and ask for lower interest rate. To my surprise, some of them agree. A lower interest rate mean more of my payment went toward the actual debt interest of interest. If you have credit card debt, call your lender and ask for a better rate. The worst they can say is no. And step 6 is avoiding new debt. While paying off debt, I completely stop using credit cards. I also avoid new loans. No matter what, I refuse to go further into debt. If you want to get out of debt, you have to stop adding to it. This was one of the hardest but most important step. And step 7 is staying consistent and motivated. There were times I felt discouraged, but I stayed focused on my goal. I watched success stories, listened to finance product, and reminded myself why I started. I also celebrated a small wins. Every time I paid off a loan or credit cards, I rewarded myself in a small, budget friendly way. Step 8 is the financial or the final payment. After a year of discipline, sacrifice, and hard works, I made my financial payment. The feeling of being completely debt free was unbelievable. I no longer had to worry about interest, due dates, or minimum payments. Biggest mistake people make, the biggest mistake that keeps people in debt is not having a plan. Many people make minimum payments and hope the debt will go away, but without a clear strategy, debt can last for years. If you want to pay off debt fast, create a plan, stick to it, and take actions. If I can do it, you can too. Paying off $50,000 in a year was challenging, but it was worth it. Now I have financial freedom, less stress, and more control over my money. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your debt free goals in the comment.